Hey, what's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. Okay, so tonight I'm going to be talking about Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill. Well, Nicki Minaj just released the trailer to her new documentary, and it looks like Meek Mill is calling sis a narcissist. Anyway, so in this documentary, it looks like Nicki Minaj is trying to have like a realistic moment with her fans. It looks like she's trying to peel the layers back and just, give her truth. A lot of people who looked at this trailer, they felt like she was acting. They felt like it wasn't sincere. And a lot of the comments on the internet feels like she's just putting on a show and she's just being dramatic Nicki. Me, myself, personally, I don't know what she went through for real. And I have talked about this on my channel, how I wish that she would come forward and show her true self. And this looks like a moment where we get to see her without, to my opinion, all of the theatrics that she normally puts on. And it seems like she's coming from a more real place. When I first seen the clip, and in the clip she's talking about the abuse of her mother and then turning out to be that girl. When I first saw the clip, I thought that it was possibly about Safari. And even though her and Safari have this well-documented domestic situation where, all the way back in 2011, they had an incident where it was at a hotel and they had this like argument and this fight where I don't know if he punched her in the face, hit her in the face, but you can hear her on the 911 tapes saying like, look what he did to my face, look what he did to my face. And he's trying to argue and get his suitcase back, and it was a crazy fiasco. And then if you fast forward to songs that she released, she admits to, like cutting him and, being violent with him and all of these things. So I thought, okay, well, maybe it's about Safari. But then when Meek Mill chimed in, it looks like, well, hey, maybe this is not about Safari and maybe it's about Meek Mill instead. Because not too long after she posted the trailer for this documentary, within an hour of that, Meek Mill posted this clip alluding that she possibly is a narcissist. So before I show you guys that post, I'm going to play you guys clips of this documentary. I'm not about to play it in full. If you want to see it in full, go to her page. But you know how this YouTube works. We can't just be playing y'all stuff in full. And if you want to see it in full, like I said, click off of this video. Anyways, so she starts off by saying how she witnessed her mom being abused.
I remember when my mother would let my father be violent with her.
Then she talks about how, when it was happening with her mother and father and their relationship during the abuse, she would go in and she would defend her mother.
Sorry, as a little girl, I would stand in front of my mother and go like this.
So then she says, from seeing her mother be abused and things like that, she vowed to never be that girl. And it turns out that she turned out to be that very girl who was getting abused. And we've all heard stories about, the situations with her and Safari where, they had domestic disputes. But then we also found out later that it was a domestic situation on both ends where, they had a little tiff on his end, and then she in turn tried to cut him, and it was very violent. She talks about these things in her music. So when I first heard it, I thought, well, maybe she's talking about Safari.
I vowed from that age, no man would ever abuse me, call me out my name, treat me like that. And then all of a sudden, that was my life.
So I'm like, oh, this gotta be about Safari. When I heard that, I'm like, in 2011, the whole 911 tape and then her cutting it, I'm like, oh yeah, this has gotta be about Safari. So then when Meek Mill posted his post, not even an hour after she posted this documentary, I'm like, is there a situation going on with him too? Was there a domestic situation with him too? And like I talked to you guys in the live yesterday, these situations don't always play out because the man is this monster abuser. Sometimes these situations play out because the woman could be putting her hands on the man and fighting him and beating him, and then one day they can react. And not to say that this is what happened. I don't know what happened, but I try to paint scenarios as best I can because a lot of you think one-sided. A lot of you do not have a lot of experience in life. And being that I know how situations happen and I know how there's all kinds of variables to situations, I try to, just try to paint like what could have happened just to like open up your minds a little bit so that people don't automatically think just one way. Because when people think domestic dispute, they automatically think, oh, the man is the beater, the man is the monster, the man is this, when sometimes it could be the woman who is the aggressor. It could be the woman who is the initiator. And sometimes the man gets fed up and he reacts. And again, this is not saying that happened, but being that Meek Mill came forward and he's like saying that she's a narcissist in so many words and calling her a victim, I'm wondering if this is one of those situations. Anyways, I'm going to play you guys a clip of what happened between her and Safari back in 2011. And then I'm going to keep digging into this story and talking to you guys about what's going on. And then, it's going to get to the bottom of it.
Marlon, what's your emergency?
Yeah, this is University Park with a transfer. Go ahead, sir.
Hello?
Hello, my name is Michael. I'm the front office manager here at the Hotel Palomar, and I need a policeman here at my hotel at 5300 East Messenger Lane.
What's going on?
I have a guest in a room that needs to be removed, and they refuse to open up the door.
What's the room number?
Room 825.
825?
Yes, ma'am.
What do they look like? Are they black or Latin?
They are.
Male and female?
I'm sorry?
Males and females?
Nikki, I have a question for you. Nikki, I have a question really quick for you. Nobody's taking it. I have my phone. I'm on my phone right now. You sure? You taking it? Let me see your phone. Let me see your phone right now. Guys, the police are on their way, so... Where's the phone? What's your phone away, sir? What's your phone away? This is the phone that called 911. They're on their way right now. Oh! I think I can go myself. Just give me my leg. Come on, she wants to shit. I'm sitting here, buddy. That's my luggage. I want my fucking luggage.
I'm going to joke about what is my name.
They're on their way.
Okay.
They're on their way. I just called. They're on their way. I'm not leaving until they get home. Hello?
Yes, I'm still here.
Did you hear all that?
Yeah, I got it all on tape.
It's pretty crazy up here right now. So this is a celebrity profile group. This is Nicki Minaj. I don't know if you know anything about that, but her entire crew is up here on the 8th floor, and it is getting crazy. So as soon as possible would be awesome.
Okay. Yeah.
She got hit in the face by somebody, too. I'm sure you got that on tape.
Who? Nicki Minaj?
Yeah, she got hit.
Who hit her? Do you know?
I don't know, but I know she's screaming about it right now. So I'm happy that you got all that on tape.
No problem. Who's the male that was yelling in the background?
I don't know any of these people. All I know is that this is the Nicki Minaj group. Everybody's kind of kept under a low profile, so I don't know the names.
Okay. I got it in for you, and they are on the way out there, okay?
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, so as you can hear, that was their little dispute back in 2011 when they were a couple, and they remained a couple after this incident. So when I first heard her saying, like, my mother got abused and I ended up being that girl, I was like, oh, is she talking about Safari? Because even after the 2011 incident, they stayed together, and then she had released her song Bed of Lies, and in her song Bed of Lies, I'm gonna read some of the lines. It says, I ain't mean to cut you, I ain't want to catch a felony. This ain't how to be a player, you ain't Bill Bellamy.
Don't yell at me, I ain't mean to cut you, I ain't want to catch a felony. This ain't how to be a player, you ain't Bill Bellamy.
So, like I said, from that, I was like, for sure convinced that, oh my gosh, she's opening up about Safari. But like I said, also being that Meek Mill came forward and he posted his post where I was like, oh, well, like what's going on? Is this a situation, like I said, where, you know, she's the aggressor and they're reacting and she's playing victim? And again, I don't know, but that's questions that came to my mind. Those are things that I thought about because of, you know, him calling her a narcissist. And he could be calling her a narcissist because of other reasons. I don't know. But that's what came to my mind. But anyways, I'm going to stop talking about the post and I'm going to go to the post and read you the post. So on his page, this is what he posted. This is the description that he gave of what a narcissist is. And it reads, when concerned, they'll lash out by claiming that they are the real victim. Their story will detail your drinking problem, depression, jealousy, low self-esteem, financial woes, etc., thereby gaining the sympathy of their fan club. Meanwhile, you will be isolated and confused while this aggressive campaign transpires. And when you emerge, the trap will have been set. So this post was put an hour after she put up her post, and people automatically connected the dots and said, oh, well, this must be about Meek Mill, and there must be an underlying issue that happened with them. And, you know, because a lot of people were confused. They're like, is she talking about Safari? Is she talking about Nas? Is she talking about Meek? You know, who's she talking about? We all know that she had an issue with Safari. We all know that they had their own you know, domestic situations and things like that. And then for Meek Mill to swoop in and put up this post and say narcissist, then it's like, oh, well, she must be talking about him. So, you know, but anyways, let me go back on over to her documentary. So she then says how, you know, she just reached a low point of her life, like a very low point where she just went all the way to the bottom. And it took her a while to pretty much get out of that state of mind. Here goes.
Who was I gonna inspire? I let one human being make me so low that, like, I didn't even remember who I was.
Okay, so what do you guys think? Given Nicki Minaj's history, seeing the way that she acts, seeing the way that, you know, she has outbursts and just all of her personality traits, do you think that she displays the personality of a narcissist? Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that Meek Mill was talking about her? And who knew that there was a situation that was brewing that was serious between the two behind the scenes? I want to know what you guys think. Let's talk about it in the comments. All right, guys, that's all for this video. Stay tuned for more celebrity news and gossip. But in order to do that, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button right now. Don't wait. Do it right now. All right, guys. Peace.